Hi guys, it's Melissa. I've literally been fighting with Facebook Live again. I don't know what is going on, but anyway, we finally made it, and I'm going to show you today how to layer vinyl. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces of vinyl that I've already cut. They are all going to be on one design, and we are going to layer them all together, okay? All right, so layering is when you put multiple pieces of vinyl either on top of each other or all in the same decal, even if they're not physically layered on top of each other, okay? There's a couple of different techniques. One is the eyeball it method. We don't do that around here. One is using registration marks, not to be confused with print and cut registration marks. So if you are cutting vinyl and you are getting a registration mark error, click M on your keyboard to turn off your registration marks. That is not what you want for layering vinyl. We are using a different type of registration marks. Excuse me. They are little rectangles that we are going to use to align our entire design. And you are going to make them in Silhouette Studio by using the Draw a Rectangle tool, okay? And I threw a link up there so you can learn the step-by-step all the way to get to this point where the vinyl is cut. I've already cut it, so we're gonna start from there. All right, so first thing, we need to weed our vinyl. And you will notice that I have some little areas of waste when layering vinyl. I'm very sorry, don't yell at me. That's what happens when you layer vinyl, okay? All right, so these are the registration marks, these squares up the top here. Every piece has the same squares, and they are in relation to, I know, Shannon, don't yell at me. That's what happens. The square rectangles are in the same position relative to each part of the design. So you'll see those rectangles on every part. If you don't like layering vinyl this way, then you don't have to, but I can tell you that a lot of times you end up wasting more vinyl having to recut when you try to eyeball it than not using the registration marks. And aside from that, it's really only an inch of waste because you still have to cut this part of the design, right? So you're only wasting this little piece up here. Okay, so I know you guys, some of you don't like me for doing it this way, but this is the way that I like to do it and the way that I think that you will end up getting the best. Is it the right way? It's the right way for me. But if you don't like it, you may be right. That's okay. All right, ready? Okay, so now we've got our whole design all weeded and cut, registration marks on all of them, and we need a piece of transfer tape. The transfer tape needs to be larger than the largest piece. So in this case, it's this piece right here. We need to make sure that we have our piece of transfer tape larger than that piece. So I'm gonna cut this down. We're gonna use one piece of transfer tape for the entire thing. Now this is large enough, so I'm gonna trim this again, but watch what I'm gonna do. Okay, so first of all, you need to have your scraper nearby, okay? And actually this is out of control of being able to handle this, so I'm going to cut this even further. This I will just tack back onto my thing. See, I conserve where I do. Okay, all right, so now we are going to place our transfer tape over the entire design. However, you're not going to necessarily place it on the biggest piece. What you are going to do is place it on the piece that needs to be in the most front, okay? So what that means is in this case, it needs to be either this black part here, which is gonna line up right here about, or the gray piece. These aren't layered on top of each other, so it doesn't really matter which one you do first. I'm actually going to pick the gray, but what you do want to do is make sure that you don't put it down here, because what's going to happen is then when you go and move this whole thing over here, you're not going to have enough room. So place your transfer tape towards the top where your registration marks are on your frontmost piece. That's the part that needs to go down first, okay? Can you see what I'm doing here? I can kind of pull you a little bit further, closer if you want. Okay, hopefully that will help. Okay, now we're gonna pick up the transfer tape, picking up the registration marks with us. Yes, okay? So we've got the gray front piece on here. Wait till you guys see this design. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is pick up my next piece. In this case, I'm going to pick up the black. Now, to give myself a little leeway, I'm actually going to cover, well, let me see here. I need a little bit more. I need to move some of these off my mat. I always work on my mat so it keeps everything still. So again, this just keeps everything in position. Okay, so what you want to do is take the other piece of the vinyl backing and you're just going to lay that over for a second. What this does is it, and actually I'm going to trim just a corner here. So, hold on. I'm going to trim a little corner so that this part isn't flopping up. I need that to sit on the mat too. Okay, why am I doing this? Why I am doing this is so that I can line up the registration marks on this piece with the registration on this piece, and if this flops down before I'm ready, it's going to hit this waxy backing and I'll be able to pull it back up. Otherwise, if it accidentally hits those piece of vinyl, then I'm out of luck. You only get one shot with vinyl, so you make sure you take your precautions. Okay, so now I'm making sure that my registration marks are lined completely up. Okay, so now you can't see the black registration marks on there because the gray is covering it. Once those are in position, I can move out my little safety piece. Okay, now in this case, I want to make sure it doesn't hit the mat again, so just lay it back down. Okay, and now I'm going to pick up the black pieces and the black registration marks on the same transfer tape. Do you see how it's building? Okay, now we need to pick up the next piece. Again, this part matters. In this case, let's see. This is the next layer because this has to be the most back layer. Do you see how it has the full like head of what we're doing here? Wait till you see how cute this design is. Okay, so again, I'm going to use a piece of transfer tape to cover, not a piece of transfer tape. I'm going to use a piece of backing just to kind of help cover. I'll just put that there to help that. Okay, I'm going to use those same registration marks. And I am going to cover now the coral color, okay? Once those are on there, peel that away, and I can lay this part of the design down, okay? And now I pick up the coral, okay? See this? Now you can pick up the whole thing. Now, look how, I want you to look at that. See the gray, how it's covering perfectly. This is what the teal looks like on the back. Okay, so those registration marks allowed me to perfectly line up those gray pieces and this black little nose down here. It would be almost impossible to get that perfectly otherwise. And now we are ready for our last piece. And then I'm going to show you what I'm doing with this cute little design. And I did throw the link up there for you. This is actually an adorable outlet cover. And we're going to put it on an outlet, not an outlet. Well, you can do a light switch or an outlet. But we're going to put it on the one in my office. Okay, so now I'm just doing the final step and covering that stack of registration marks on the final color, okay? And again, this is why this is why the transfer tape needed to be the size of the largest piece. Because do you see now? The tape has to be able to pick up the entire thing, all right? So now we burnish and we peel up and the entire piece comes up, okay? And now it's all on one piece of transfer. Now I can get rid of these registration marks. We don't need them anymore. They literally are just for aligning. And I'm going to attempt to bring you over to my office. This is where I do my lives. My office is right on the other side of this room. So I'm gonna attempt to walk you over there. Should we try? My lovely office. You are in my office now. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Oh boy. Okay, where's my outlet cover? Okay, let's see if we can do this. I have no idea. I haven't tested this. Oh, I'm like in the way, huh? All right, hold on. Let's see. So much stuff. Okay, so part goes on the wall. Part is supposed. The little arms are supposed to go on the top, and then this part goes on the wall. Okay, and then we burnish And then we can peel. Oops, I need my tool. Okay, is this not the stinking cutest thing you ever did see? And then we're gonna just peel. Okay, now if you're not like a foxy kind of person and you would rather have a fairy on your outlet, or you would rather have a dog or a cat, there's a bunch of other options as well. Oops, we gotta bend that down. Oh, come on, get off. Okay, oops, turn the light on. Okay, cute, so cute. Okay, and if you get these, you want to make sure that you don't resize the design because they are perfect. I literally didn't do anything. I mean, seriously, how cute is that thing? I love it. So cute. I might make all of them. That is adorable. That is so cute, right? Is that not cute? Okay, cool. All right, so now you know how to layer. Now you know, it's a squirrel? Oh, I thought it was a fox. Someone's saying it's a squirrel. There's a couple of different ones. Like I said, there's a dog, there's a cat, there's a fairy, there's a unicorn. I think there's like 5 or 6 of them. So anyway, I threw the link up there for you so you guys can go grab it now that you know how to do all those layers. And the awesome thing is you can pick whatever colors you want. So I went with like a coral. It's hard to see. I went with like a coral, not like a bright orange or like a burnt orange or anything like that. But you can pick the colors that you want and make them coordinate to your room or whatever you want. Okay? All right, you guys, I hope you have a fabulous day and a great weekend. See you soon.